Hello there, and welcome back to the Ottomans. Last time we suffered can't blame it on you guys, I suffered a humiliating defeat against the Frenchmen. We lost basically every single man we had, and currently we are in a scary situation where we need to have 80,000 men replenished, and we only have 5 of them. So what I guess we will be doing here is hiring a ton of mercenaries, and we'll be using these guys as our, well, spear against the war against Munster. We'll be vassalizing them. Instead, we'll allow them to take the stead of Lancaster. I believe I have I have access with Venice. That is why I have maxed out. I should probably also do a upgrade here to my, well, diplomatic tech. Or should I take the idea? That's a big question here. Revolution, counter-revolution won't really help. Diplomatic reputation will be a little bit beneficial in the long run. What will I be getting from upgrading this? Not much really. I'll be getting a little bit closer to some other things, but all in all, it's not really a worthwhile upgrade. I won't have any use for neither of those two, so I guess we'll just go for revolution and counter-revolution, get some closer to, well, the ideas here, although it won't really help. The manpower recovery speed will be a little bit beneficial, I think, but other than that, it's not really that much to help us here. So, what we'll be doing here, I think, is going after Münster, Achaia, and most likely end up in a war with Byzantium. Simply for the, or purely for the purpose of being able to, I'll split this one up a little bit while I'm at it, or before I forget it is probably the right words, just to make sure that it doesn't actually suffer just to make sure they don't suffer from a problem with the, what's his name? Attrition, that's it. Just to make sure they don't actually end up suffering from attrition. Let's see, do we want a... What can I actually afford here? I can afford a level 2, I think. I think we'll get level 2 for now. I'll decline that marriage offer. Not really that interesting. We'll also go ahead here and join up all those armies. And hopefully using a, well, mercenary army will be enough here to take out Münster. They have 5,000 men, so it should be fairly alright. The 2 stability, I'll live with it. And of course, the claim war in the Protestant nation is glorious in the eyes of God. So that is perfect, because that means my manpower gets replenished at a far higher rate. Once again, I don't want to take that yet, not at least until I actually have to annex something. And I guess we'll go for that missionary strength here to just get those last conversions going. And we'll boost back... We'll boost back this. We'll just boost it up to +1 and reduce this one to... we'll reduce as much as we can. And I guess I should also start transporting troops to... over to the area here, Achaia, and, well, Byzantium as soon as the one Münster is done. So we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully I can actually get, as you might imagine, a victory here that would be... Well, it would be fairly important, simply to... make sure that I have a presence in this island, and then I can sooner or later start hitting on the English and the Scots again. We'll see how it turns out. Kind of scary thing here, as you can see, there's a new, well, power forming, I guess I should say. Bavaria has kind of been growing out of control here. I believe they actually had a union or something, probably something I didn't really pay attention to. But as a result, now they are actually the Holy Roman Emperor, and of course that is positive by one, or not really that positive. I can fight Austria, but now Bavaria will also bug in and start causing a massive stir. Of course, I'm also very tempted to go after Venetia here, take Istria, sell it to Styria, and potentially also vassalize Savoy. There's a lot of potential plays here that I kind of want to do. Also, as you can see, the war against Münster is going fairly well, but we won't be doing too much right away because of the simple fact that I want to wait. And the reason why I want to wait by doing things is simply because of the fact that I have a manpower gain. Once that one disappears, then we'll go or make peace with Münster and start improving relations. We'll also, of course, start very soon now to start kicking France's butt again, or at least hope that we can. I'll probably get a ton of mercenaries, but I have no idea if we can actually pull that off. I'm also kind of uncertain if I should continue this until I actually manage to pull this off, if at all. Or basically see how long I actually end up taking simply Europe. But at this point, if I had gone seriously, I'll probably be around here on the way to India. And as such, wars here wouldn't really have an effect over here. But even so, Vassal feeding wouldn't be possible due to the simple fact that I would have too few vassals, honestly. It would have made it very difficult, at the very least. So, for the time being, I'm kind of on the fence here. I think I should save up for this one. And that is simply due to the fact that you get a whole point increase in your land morale. And if you do not, or if I get that far behind, then, well, then it'll definitely squish me. I still have that little boost here from, or manpower boost, so I'll just wait with making peace with Minster. We'll just wait until that disappears, and then I'll declare war on the Byzantines, simply to once again get the manpower gain going. So there we go. Madrid has been converted, and I believe that actually makes all my lands, all the personal lands that I hold, sunny, and that is of course very very good here. Funnily enough, Scotland here is actually defender in a war here, and I could potentially get in a very tricky situation. If the English take these two, then of course I'm kind of in trouble. Then I'll probably just conquer everything except Lothian, for example, or even the Western Isles I might actually allow them to keep. And then simply use Scotland as, once again, a vassal. But unfortunately they won't be Protestant, so I'll have to convert everything again. But even so, it's not really that much of a problem, per se. I can make that work just fine. But once again, I'll just try and await the manpower problems, and then we'll see what happens. So, there has been a hunting accident. His body has been raped by whom you do not know, in a white cloth, now stained red by his lost guitar. They say he was found by his horse in a clearing in the woods. You know the place they speak of. His face is calm, almost serene. You reach out to touch him. The terrible reality of the situation dawns on you. The cold you feel is that of death. Now, let me just remind you that sorrow will not overtake me in this case, because we have Mehmed Osmanli 130. So, sorrow, well, potentially could overtake me, but not in this case. We'll sacrifice a point of stability, I guess, and we'll boost that straight up. And unfortunately now this puts me in a position where I have no legal heir, and that of course makes it very scary in terms of Algiers here. So what we will do here is, well, sacrifice another point of stability, and that is to break the royal union, and as such I can have an extra vassal, most likely Savoy. So we'll break those royal ties, and we'll have to boost our stability once again. But even so, it should be fine. Let's see how we are doing now. Ottoman noble, fair enough. It's safer, per se. And also the situation with my men is getting a little bit better. It's almost done with, more or less. But I'm also getting scared of when I actually started this war. I still have a couple of years to go, but just in case I, by any means, should forget it, we'll go ahead and just vassalize them straight away now. And this will have some pretty bad repercussions in England and Scotland. I'll probably get both of them in coalition against me. But even so, I should be fine. Kind of hilarious here that the Scots are actually winning against England, but nothing we can do with that. Also, I'll send someone, of course, to start making these guys feel a little bit better about me, because, well, I can't have a vassal that hates my guts. At least not as much as Minster currently does, and I will still try and get Ferrara, or start the annexation of Ferrara. With plus 25 right now, I can actually do that, so I'll send them a gift and then we'll make that work. But we'll get manpower back to full before that. Moldavia, not really a troublesome opponent in this case, I think. Byzantium, Ukraine, and Polotsk. They could potentially cause a little bit of a stir here, so I should probably look for someone else. It's kind of funny that I'm now bordering the Golden Horde. Who else is a small, weak little nation that I can bully? I found them! Castile! Works much better. Show superiority. And I'll sacrifice a little bit of manpower right now. 242. Oh, well, it's better than the last one, so, but it's still not great. So I'm not completely happy about that, but I'm not completely sad either. So, what we'll do now, of course, is just wait until, well, manpower is mostly back, and it actually is. I should potentially plot my way against the English. Show superiority, Denmark, Brittany, Oldenburg, Switzerland, Aragon, and Utrecht. So what I might actually end up doing here is simply declaring on Aragon, because that will make sure that Flanders actually joins in. That could also be beneficial. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Then I'll get England, Milan, Tuscany, and Florence. I'll get a lot of people here. I actually have a truce with Milan, so they won't join in. That is good. Tuscany could potentially be a good thing. But I have no idea if I can actually vassalize these guys. If I can, then I will. Simply because of the fact, Holy Roman Empire member, kind of a pain to deal with. You must vassalize or call the provinces yourself. So it's not really a good situation to be in, that having to do that. But as of now, I don't have a better solution. So we will be doing that. We'll be moving, I guess, 20,000 men to the to the lands of Burgundy here. They will of course be giving these three if we can annex them. If not, then well, then we'll figure out something else. I'll be moving the rest of the troops to England proper, except for those 20,000 men that needed to fight Aragon here. So we do have a lot of, I do have plans. We'll see if it works out or not. So right now I have no idea how many troops the English actually have, but let's see a total. English, where are you? Where are you bastards? 40,000. So with 11, about 50,000 should be fair enough. The problem here is these 50,000 Aragonese troops, because they could definitely pose a fairly substantial problem if things don't go my way here. So I will definitely be putting the general here first, and I guess we'll just white peace with the Castilians once we get close to the start of the war, which is pretty damn soon. So as of now, we'll white peace the Castilians, and hopefully they'll actually end up declaring war on Aragon themselves. So I am here to offer you a white peace. You will not have it, so once again I am forced to do something that I do not want, which is send these guys over to Minster just for this little, well, peace talk, more or less. And I'll send these guys down here. Unfortunately, this means I have to sacrifice some men on destroying the Castilian army, but even so, once that one is gone, they should be, well, fairly open to my suggestions, I guess I should say. Let's see it. How do you feel about it now? You feel fairly good about it. So how about you give me some cash and I'll come back later. Glorious. So I'll get these guys in position and then we'll declare war on Aragon and just get it done with. We do have full manpower too. That is fairly good. I'm kind of tempted to take this one, and I actually will, because I almost forgot another thing that I said I would do. And in this case, it's start the annexation of Ferrara. Just get it done with. And that is actually started. We'll see if we can vassalize Tuscany or not. I'm pretty sure the Ferran army can deal with that themselves. If not, I actually have an army in this area, but I never moved it to where it was supposed to be, which is my bad. But now we have it. So, plan, declare war on Aragon, and win. Hopefully. Aragonese conquest of Castile. Well, that's kind of interesting. We'll go for war, I guess, even so. And I guess I'll place my troops in Valencia. And they actually, I'm currently doing things in the wrong order here. I need these guys back home, or back in these lands. So we'll try and attack the English army here, hopefully destroy it. If we destroy it, I'm pretty sure that the Scots can actually take some provinces themselves, and as such start causing some serious trouble here. Secondary problem right now seems to be that we are losing fairly substantially, and a lot of men. These guys, no, they haven't level 15 yet. So, what is the issue? We have a crossing, and otherwise not feeling too good. So, these guys are actually adding troops, which kinda is boosting their morale, and that is pissing me off. Yeah, as you can see, we sacrificed 40,000 men for 12 of theirs. That is horrible. And apparently we lost an entire unit too. Or is that just my eyes kidding me? Yeah, it's just my eyes. I joined up the forces. We'll place them in Lancashire and have them try and regrow. We will win it probably against Aragon here, but that's about it. So, did Tuscany join in? No. Did Flanders join in? Yes. Do we win against Flanders? Probably not. We'll figure that out fairly soon. I'll dislodge the general here, and we'll see if we can actually make a difference or not. I might actually have to buy a general, and right now I don't really want to, because of the fact that we are closing in on the military demands for that province. So we'll try and attack Flandern here, see if we can. Yeah, we'll actually beat the Flandern army, but just about. So that is fairly good. But even so, we'll try and completely destroy it, and then just get sieges going. And Flanders should hopefully be ours, and hopefully we can annex them. We'll have to. I feel that we've been here before. That kind of in the exact same scenario. Now I think about it, having a unit here and having to, well, grow it back before we fight the English. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for this army to grow some troops or men, and then we'll start causing trouble. For now, that is probably not a good way of dealing with things, but it's the only way we have. So we'll see how it turns out. hopefully we can draw a victory out of the hat, but I'm honestly not sure. We'll see how it turns out. There we go, we can get ourselves the military tech that we need here. Military tech 15 will cost me 900 military points, but at the very least now I'm at level 15, and the boost of this is that I now have a whole point land morale more than, well, most of the European nations, and apparently Bavaria is still level 13, so attacking the Holy Roman Empire rather than France would have been the right move, because France is already at 15 themselves, so that is kind of bad. We have at least started sieging a little bit in England. The Aragonese army will be a kind of a annoying little thing to deal with. We'll allow the siege of Valencia here to well, end before we do anything, but other than that we won't do much. It's also kind of interesting to see that they actually annexed Toledo. I'm a little bit unsure if I actually want to deal with that, so it will take Toledo and Alicante. I'm kind of not really wanting to. I can sell these 3 to Girona. It will of course be kind of counterproductive, because they have to call these 2 first, but right now that's most likely the only option I have. I have no idea if they'll actually get Alicante simply because of the fact that they have Barcelona and it's by the coast. But it will be interesting to see if that actually would work. And unfortunately Tuscany didn't actually join in this war, which also is kind of annoying. But nothing to do with that, we'll have to wait for the war here, or the siege here to finish. It seems like the English army is up in Lothian and Northumberland, so we should actually consider going to Cumbria and just taking a look, but we'll do that next time. The war against Flanders at least will be a victory. We'll probably be able to win against Aragon. It's kind of a battle here that will decide that. So we'll wait a month before that deciding battle, where we will be having, well, a whole point land morale more than them. Hopefully that'll be enough. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.